Hey, what's up guys? How you guys doing? Today, I want to talk about 5 of the cheapest, most broken One Piece abilities in the show leading up to Dressrosa, because I only made it up to Dressrosa. I just finished the arc, but I've seen a lot of crazy abilities used in this arc and previous arcs. And I don't mean like abilities as in like double fruit abilities. I mean like specials, like attacks and whatnot. And I have 5 that I want to speak about. But before I get into to the 5, so you know, none of these are in order. They're just 5 that I thought were like really broken. And I also have an honorable mention, and that is Bartholomew's barrier. It's pretty like, it's not really broken because I mean, if he trains it, it could be pretty broken. It seems like nothing could break it whatsoever. His barrier survived bombs and whatnot, things that would destroy a planet pretty much. It did not break his barrier, but he could only cover up so much of an area, so that's why it's only honorable mention. But if it could do more, if it could cover up more, then like, yeah, that would definitely be like one of the most OP broken abilities in the show. But unfortunately, nah. The first one I have is Law's Room. Now, Law's Room is really broken, and if he trains it, it could be really, it could be more devastating. Now, in Dressrosa, we saw him use it. We saw him cover up a very large area when he was brutally, critically injured. And remember, in this room, he could do so much. He could just manipulate anything. And it's really confusing because for his foes, because they don't know what he's gonna do. Unless you're like Dolphy and you could really anticipate the moves that they're gonna do, it's really hard to really know what he's gonna do with it. And he has so much up his sleeve that we still don't even know what he could do. But one thing that makes it less OP is the fact that he can't overdo himself. If he overdoes himself, he could potentially run out of stamina and he could end up dying or being in a really bad condition. I feel like he could be like turned into a vegetable if he uses his ability too much. That's my opinion. I don't know. He could. I feel like he could potentially die, but yeah, he runs out of stamina pretty quickly. But I feel like if he trains it more, he could level more ground. Because like, it's someone like Dolphy, who's next. Dolphy, looking at Dressrosa, I just want to say something. I've never seen someone use a double fruit, like utilize their double fruit to the fullest extent, like Dolphy does, other than Luffy. Luffy's the only one that we really know that like really utilizes his double fruit and takes advantage of it. And you know, he adapts, his double fruit adapts in battles and stuff like that. We've seen that with Dolphy. Dolphy also had his double fruit most of his life, same like Luffy. And we saw Dolphy was able to use the bird cage, which is the ability that I'm going to talk about, and he was also able to use a double that he utilizes his moves, and he was also able to fight and use his moves all at once. Now, I think that's really crazy. But let's get into the bird cage. The bird cage, it has to be like the most OP move in the series. Now, if you don't know, the bird cage is pretty much like it's pretty much like a cage, like a bird cage, and it surrounds whatever area he wants. We don't know the extent of it, like how far it could go, but we do know that it covered up a whole country, a whole island. That's pretty ridiculous, and you can't stop it. You can't go through it. It's really, once you're in it, you can't get out. The only way to get out is to knock him out, and that's crazy. Because remember, like I just said, he's able to utilize all his moves and everything. It doesn't take up any energy, it seems like, and he's able to manipulate it. He can make it go. He can make it go faster. He can make it. It's kind of like if you ever play Fortnite, you know, the cloud. It's pretty much like that. He turns into like a Fortnite, like Hunger Games survival thing. It's really crazy how he does that. That's definitely one of the most broken abilities in the show. Another one I'm saying is Cavendish's Haruka. I mean, it's pretty broken, honestly, and it's pretty messed up, and it's that ability really made Cavendish a more likable character because he's so strong in that mode. But the thing is, he cannot control it. He struggles to control it, and when he sleeps, he becomes a devil. And Hakuba, he's so fast. Like, he has to be like one of the fastest characters. Like, he's probably faster than Luffy Gear 4. It's ridiculous how fast he is. And he becomes relentless. Like, he's pretty much a different personality. He's like the opposite of who he is when he's awakened. And when he's sleeping, like, he can't control it. No one can control it. The only way to control it is to tie him up or put I don't even know if it's a double fruit ability, so I can't really say see prison stone handcuffs or anything on him because we don't really know if it's a double fruit ability. I don't think it might be. If it is, that would be kind of weird. That would be interesting, like a multiple personality double fruit. That's kind of weird. That would be interesting though. But the next one is Sugar. Now, this is just crazy, dude. She touches you, and you become a toy, and no one remembers you. You're pretty much forgotten, like you never exist. And you pretty much are a slave until either you die or she dies or it gets knocked out. That's pretty crazy. That's ridiculous. That has to be the most OP thing ever, man. I don't even need to keep on talking about that. That's crazy. The next one is Blackbeard's Double Fruit Absorption. Now, this is pretty broken, honestly, but like, it's not that broken because Blackbeard, he's not really. I mean, I don't really think that Blackbeard is a crazy threat because Blackbeard, one, he got his double fruit late. Two, I don't really feel like he really utilizes his double fruit or really trains or anything. Blackbeard comes off as lazy. He's pretty much a wuss. He's a coward, and he's not strong. I mean, he's big and everything, but I don't really think that he's gonna be able to utilize this against someone like Luffy. We don't even know how it works on non-Logia types like Promethea and Zone types, but I don't feel like it'll really work that well against him. And also, remember, it's Luffy. Luffy's gonna adapt to it as he fights Blackbeard. So I mean, I guess it depends. Like, that's why it's OP, because remember, he could absorb your double fruit, but we don't know the extent of it, and we don't know how he's gonna utilize it. We only see it a couple of times, and it's new. It's not a double fruit that's really known around the world, but we did see Ace get knocked out from it, and you know how powerful Ace is. So we don't really know, but I feel like it's not gonna be that OP, but it is pretty broken. But the only ones that I really think is broken out of these is Sugar and Dolphys and Hakuba, because those are ones that you really can't like control. Law has to train on his, and Blackbeard, I don't even know about Blackbeard. But yeah, that's my opinion on those. If you have any abilities that you think are broken and you want to share, be sure to comment, and I'll look at them. And I might make another one as I keep watching the series. There might be some that I missed in previous arcs that I would like to talk about. And I haven't got the Big Mom yet, but I know Big Mom has an ability that's pretty OP. I heard that she could snatch souls from people, but I heard that it only works on those that aren't afraid of dying. So yeah, so I mean, that would be pretty OP too. But like I said, I haven't got to that arc yet. But if you have any that you think are pretty broken, be sure to comment, guys.